And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier. Rachel,
Yes.
would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone. And, we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel,
Dees.
we fucking forgot the intro. We do this every week.
Every
How
week.
the fuck did we forget? Tell them what we were doing literally a minute ago. One minute ago.
We've been playing Diablo 4. It's really good. It's very fun.
Yeah.
And I knew we had to do intro. I was thinking about it this morning before you had gotten up. And then I was like, I'll just play some Diablo while I wait for Dees. And then while I was playing, you sent me a thing to join my group. And I was like, all right, let's do some dungeons together.
Yeah, well, it's 5:24 p.m. I stream at 6.
Yeah.
So this intro has got to be short. What happened? I lost the entire day.
Completely forgot. And then we were like, oh, we need to do the intro. Let's teleport to town real quick just to, have our characters be somewhere safe before we stop to record. And then I teleported to town, and then I started looking through my inventory.
Yeah, it was just like, we're just going to blow right past it a second time. Good God.
And you were like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm looking through my inventory.
No, we have literally 30 minutes until I have to stream. Oh my God. Look, if you needed a better, if you were curious whether or not Diablo 4 is good, whether it's good or not, just, we have done this intro every week for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just totally forgot.
Yeah.
The other day we sat down to play the game and it was like 6 o'clock. I think you just got off work, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We sat down to play, and then at one point I'm like, is it 12:30? I just lost 6 hours of my life. I was in a fucking loot coma. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I was like, holy shit, is that for real? Is that the real time? I thought the server was lying to me. I was like, what? Oh my God. Oh, PC, I do not want the Bing taskbar. Fuck it off. Yeah. Well, we got an intro here, so.
We do. It is very fun. The only other Diablo game I've really played was the first one, and I never beat that one.
It's not quite the same as this one.
No, but this one is very fun. And
that story was awesome last night, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, the story is good.
If you guys should go check out the Crit Ribbit stream, which is a Freelance Heroism affiliated podcast, or stream on Twitch.
Yes.
And we play Diablo 4 there. So if you want to come and take a look, that's cool. And I say we play Diablo 4 there. We do now. We also play Final Fantasy 14, some Borderlands Solasta, which is pretty cool. If we can find a way to make it align with D&D, that's even better. But we just play games and hang out. So if you want to stop by and say hey, then stop by and say hey. And also, you can go to our VOD and see the end of Diablo 4, the Act 5 shit. Man, one of those cutscenes, I don't want to tell you which one. I don't want to spoil. Oh, it was very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I literally have to go use the restroom and then come back and stream immediately.
I've had some food in the slow cooker for all morning, and I was like, I need to eat before it gets too late, so I still have to do that.
Oh my God.
So
Diablo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You guys did a great job. Excellent job. Wow.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, this is a short intro, so why don't
we don't have a lot of time.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go to this week's episode,
and then meet you in Kovashad.
And then I still have to edit this, so I can't just finish recording and then log back into Diablo.
Well, my hands are clean. I'm going right back in. I'm gonna put my space helmet on and jump right out the ship.
All right. Well, this is Return to Ravenloft, episode 28.
Mm-hmm.
Scry, Havoc, and Let Slip the Monologues of War.
That is such a long and perfect title.
I like our title.
Is this the one with King Lear in it?
Yes.
Excellent.
King Lear makes a cameo in our podcast.
Like, why you daughters such bitches? All right. Well, have fun.
Yeah.
Listening.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm literally thinking about my loot
You're
right now. I'm zoned out.
I have an inventory full of loot that I haven't gone through because
I know. I gotta sort it.
You interrupted me.
My fucking sacreds. My sacreds, guys.
All right, to the episode.
Okay. I have no fucking clue where we were in this game.
I think we were on a riverboat.
We're on a riverboat.
Oh, we had talked. Right. We're on the actors ship.
The river dance, yes.
And Kestrel got a message from someone. Who knows who?
I'm assuming we get.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Nobody Kestrel
and 2
knows.
don't count.
Nobody Kestrel knows.
Do we get a full rest?
Which version of Kestrel? If you guys are sleeping and taking a rest, you can.
I mean, we're gonna be on this boat for a couple days, I'd imagine.
I had marked a long rest because everything got reset, so I'm assuming that was the plan.
The last note was river dance resting.
Yes.
Right. Because we all got our own rooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's when she was messaged. And from what I understand, I think Kestrel's going to try to scry something this morning, but we'll see.
I'm going to go ahead and roll my importance.
All right.
Okay.
15.
Uh-huh.
Still get one out there for a 10.
Fuck me. I'm on 11. That sucks. That'll be an auto success on a pour a lemonade check.
I'm going to roll for usefulness. Maybe. It's a 16.
16's good.
That might be useful.
Right.
Or you
He already
planning
blew
on
his
it?
20, so he blew a 16. So
Yeah.
As long as someone's getting blown, I'm fine with it.
we'll take the video and just put it on only dice.
Only dice?
dice.
Is that a thing? Or is
No.
that just a joke? Okay. Internet's so weird. No, I can't
It
tell
is.
right
No,
away.
it is. But if we want to make some money, we can start it.
Boy,
Onlydice.com.
that kind of makes the phrase slip into your DMs a little different, doesn't it?
We'll make a whole category of it.
I'm not even joking. That is so fucking awesome. That is a good idea. I'm not saying that it's our brand, but that is a great fucking D&D themed porn site.
Only dice.
Slip into your DMs.
You guys have fun with that.
There you go.
Look at D-Walk laughing. He's laughing a little hard.
Yeah.
Because he's about to DM. You know what I mean?
Let us provide you with inspiration.
I hate how this resets my hip. Hold on, I have to redo my hit points because it changes it every. It seems like it resets it to the average.
I'm gonna reset zooms. Turn off all this shit and delete it.
Oh, it doesn't give you max hit points, Rachel?
No, but I know that
he's making a pun about first season.
But I know it's supposed to, so I know to keep an eye on that.
Is it supposed to though? Because the book actually, if we're going by the rules, says that it's half. It gives you the half of every die, so that you have that available to you. Why would it do that, Rachel? You think?
Right, but David overrode that rule to say that we get max hit
Right.
points, and he's the DM.
So
And
then
if
when
you
I-
look in the book, it actually says that if the DM, you
Right.
know,
No, I
overrides
wanna
something.
Nate,
lock
how you
in-
doing?
I want to lock. Hold on. I want to lock in that precedent then, because when I'm making an argument to D-Walk about something, trying to get him to overrule it, and you try to come at me with the book, it rests on his shoulders. So
It
say
always
if it's
has.
the book.
It always has.
From your mouth to God's ears.
From my mouth to the DM. You know what I mean? Wink.
He's gonna
wink.
slip into the DMs.
I was slipping to the DM. Look, man, I ain't got super PAC money, but I got what I got. You know what I mean?
She's not happy that we keep bringing this up.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Okay. I think the image is very funny that I have on my picture as well in context. Sorry.
Oh.
Nate, where are your glasses? What the fuck are you not wearing glasses for? Perfect. Now we look like Weezer.
Okay.
Got a 12-sided die. All right. So we pick up. You guys can feel the river moving under the boat as it, or the boat as it, cruises down the, cruises through the ocean. The River Dance is actually a pretty steady ship or boat as it moves through. It's a giant paddle boat, and it continues smoothly. Little probably too smooth for Rain. He's used to his sails, and he's used to, a little more fight to his way. But
I like a rough dinghy.
it's all good.
Heyo!
Yeah, so the boat, it's a paddle boat. Is it steam powered, or how does it actually, I assume it's steam powered.
Yes.
Powered. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I prefer my boats driven by wind more or less, but this is fine. It floats.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got that going for it, which is nice.
Well, it spouts jolly music and multicolored steam.
Multicolored steam.
And the white hull glows in the moonlight.
Huh. Powered by unicorn frappes from Starbucks.
Is that a thing? Unicorn frappe is the thing?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, we pick up on the River Dance in the morning. Or unless Adri woke up or got off her reveille after like 4 hours and decided to do something crazy. But
you see her head move real quick.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Wake up. She was like, "This is my opportunity."
Mm-mm.
I got to remind him, all elves are related and elves don't.
No,
sleep.
they're not related. So, Kestrel was going to attempt to do a scry this morning.
All right.
Let's see here. So she's like had a conversation with whoever this person was that mentally contacted her the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be somewhere between secondhand and firsthand knowledge? Secondhand is you've heard of them. Firsthand is you've met them. So she hasn't met him, but they did talk. The difference between that is if it's secondhand, he gets a +5 save modifier. But if it's firsthand, then he doesn't get a save modifier.
And he doesn't know he's being scried if he fails.
I don't think so.
All right.
I'll double check. It just says on a successful save, the target isn't affected, and I can't use a spell against it again for 24 hours.
Okay.
If if the target knows I'm casting the spell, they can fail their saving throw voluntarily if they want to be observed. But I think that is sort of like something you'd have to tell them ahead of time.
Well, it depends on whether or not
if they're guarded against the person or not.
Yeah.
Well, if
What were you going to say, Deus?
Do we intuit that when the spell goes off and someone's trying to be scried that you feel something?
It doesn't say that they know.
Yeah, so if they don't
That's
know,
in the player's handbook, right?
Yeah, it's scrying.
All right.
If
Let me get a full
scrying
reading on this.
If someone is scrying a person, do they feel like someone's trying to enter their mind? Because I don't think I've ever been told that's what's happening.
No,
You
normally it's
don't
like a
enter.
magical globe nearby.
Yeah.
It's not. You're picking up everything around.
Right. So then if they're being scryed and they can't observe that it's happening, unless that person has detect magic up or some way of seeing a scrying sensor, there's no way they'd be able to allow it without knowing it was coming. Because we have to think about every time someone would have scryed on us to observe us, do we get a notification saying someone's trying to look at you? Because it sort of invalidate the spell. So yeah. But if you caught him at a weird time where he was like doing research and detecting magic or something, or had an artifact that let him see magic, then he would see the scrying sensor.
Yeah, if they can see invisible objects, then they would see the sensor.
Yeah.
But that's if they fail to save and they are able to see invisible objects.
Very specifically, I know this interaction from another game where a person tried to look up another person's asshole.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
No, it's just a very funny interaction that I was part of. I was in the periphery of it, and I was just like trying to coax the argument along.
Yeah. The only other thing I see is if someone has a lantern of revealing, which will reveal all invisible things, that will reveal the orb as well.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bunch of anything that will let you see something that was normally hidden, or if I think there's a rule that if your passive perception on a magic class is above a certain level, then you notice magic in that capacity.
So no, I mean, unless they actually know you're casting the spell, then they won't know to fail it automatically.
Okay.
No, because in some fantasy lore, not saying D&D itself, some fantasy lore, yeah, I mean, when the mage is strong enough or something, they've been able to sense that they're being watched, but not know they're being watched.
Right. It's sort of
which
the
we've
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, go for it.
No, in Lord of the Rings, the Palantir is a scrying sensor essentially, and so when they look through the Palantir, they know that people can look back, and so high-level mages and wizards know that someone's scrying on them. But so that rule's it was in flux early on in D&D, but since then they've sort of established you can't tell if its sensors there unless you're looking for it.
No, because I remember something I think I'm remembering something 3.5-ish or maybe older. It could have been in the novels, so that could have placed it around 2 of that, where they know they depending how strong they were, they could feel it. But
right, it's whether or not like you're capable of casting the spell, you have familiarity with a scry, and then being naturally attuned to like a warlock, someone who has that in their blood. There's not some way they can separate themselves from their job, and then also being higher level than the caster by a good amount. They've had rules like that before, but not now. So
yeah. All right. All right. So what's the save?
So he would make a wisdom saving throw. So DC would be 18 unless I have secondhand knowledge, then he gets to add a +5 on top of it. If it's first-hand knowledge,
it's a 13.
I guess, if that's how you want to roll it, David.
Oh, look at this sideways shit. Do you see how she's doing it now?
I saw that.
This is such dog shit.
Well, this comes down to Kestrel's mentality and how we're the player is going to stand on Kestrel's mentality in this situation.
Or if we're basing it on Kestrel's mentality, then it's an auto fail.
Well, Kestrel doesn't know this person, so
okay, then it's not first-hand knowledge.
Okay. I'm just saying she talked to him, so it's
No, she
sort
talked
of
to
like
him.
it's almost like they met, which would be firsthand. So that's my argument.
I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's a sensor, so fail it maybe.
Let me pull Victor's sheet.
Let
How-
me pull his sheet.
How wise can Victor be?
Oh God.
You're lucky it's not intelligence. Intelligence, this wouldn't go out, nothing would happen. I fucking statted that kid at a 20 intelligence.
Oh my God.
Why is he such an idiot then?
Because he's a kid and his wisdom wasn't statted like his intelligence.
I'm looking at my stats right now, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a kid. Right. Right. I understand.
All right, well, fuck that dice. All right.
That'll be another
An image
tagline.
begins to appear before you.
Hey. Excellent. So
You pick up. Go for it.
this lasts for 10 minutes.
All right. You pick up an image of a room. Almost looks like a library. Bookshelves on the sides. There's a podium. There's a black portal open on the side of it. Like electricity kind of sourcing through the sides of it. Almost shadowy as it moves. Kind of like wisping in the wind. You see a few dead bodies on the floor. One of their faces like almost looks like, melted from the mouth. Looks like someone literally melted the fillings in their teeth. Another one on the floor, you can definitely tell, has a few actually daggers in him as a female hand reaches down and pulls one out and begins wiping the blood off on the robe and slips it into a sheath on her back. You hear a male voice. They'll be good. They got Nick. The female, which is the voice you recognize from the message. Female voice replies, "You said that 5 times now. Are you sure it was her? You sound shooken." The male voice replies, "I never forget that voice, but it was different. We might have another mirror." The female replies, "Most likely a mirror." As you're looking at the two of them, you see a young teenage boy, or not boy, but between a teenage and a man, standing there, younger, probably between 17 and 20 years old. He's wearing a brown coat all the way down, long, sleeves down, an older trench.
Son of a bitch.
So his hair has actually got a kind of a longer hair down to his neck at the time. The female has red hair done up. Her hair's tied up behind her up in a bun at the moment. She's in a black coat. Almost the same, but it seems like it's a little more tricked out. Just the way it moves. The male voice, "She's out there. She's not dead. But I need Kavir to find her." The female replies, "You're sure about your Kavir?" The male voice, "As sure as I can be. You've read the journals." The female replies, "Are you sure about this plan?" The male kind of looks back and forth and looks at the portal. "You got a better idea how to face 2 dragons?" They said there was 1 shadow dragon, not 2. No one said there was a second shadow dragon in the desert. The female looks at the portal. "This plan's fucked up." The male looks back and laughs. "That's why we didn't tell them. Grab the control rod," and they both disappear into the portal. And you lose track of them.
Does
As the target of the spell fades from this realm,
Mhm.
your connection to the spell fades.
Okay. As it's fading, I want to try to look around really quick. Are there any windows in this room?
Yes, there's a window.
I want to try to just like look out the window and see if I can see any kind of like identifying land. Like,
You see
is
a
there
green
a mountain?
tree.
A green
No,
tree.
you see a tree block outside the window.
Okay.
Almost in a
down,
forest.
thanks.
There's a tree.
There was a tree. Okay, can you tell us about it? It was green. All right. Okay,
That's
cool. So
leaves.
that's everywhere.
Give me a knowledge
trunk.
check. Or a knowledge or an arcana check.
Oh, it's the giving tree.
Yeah, it gives you 2 middle fingers. Sorry.
Let's see here. That's gonna be a 9.
All right, you do not recognize the emblem on the wall of the room.
Okay.
Actually, wait. You do. You didn't need the roll. You recognize it to the body you guys found in the marsh or the swamp. Remember the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same symbol. My apologies.
Okay. As I come out of my scrying, I'm gonna grab my journal real quick just to write down everything that I observed. All right, then I guess after that I will put my armor back on and head out to get breakfast and find the others. Wait around for another 3 hours until they get up.
All right. Breakfast is easy to find. In the dining hall, there's always someone up, and there's always fruit and things out.
Mhm.
One of them offers to actually go in the back and make you something, since you're out there.
Okay.
So
Sure. Just, I don't know, maybe like, yeah, just like nothing elaborate. I just want like some oatmeal or eggs or something.
They have an omelet station.
Ooh. Do they have one of those waffle makers where it's like in the shape of something?
Yeah, you make
Yeah,
your
but it's in the
own
shape of a waffle. Do you want this fucking breakfast or not?
little plastic cups full of batter.
All right. So they whip you up something, something small, eggs and some fruit.
All right.
I'm not sure where the oatmeal went, but that I do have.
Thanks.
So
Call it
Then
boat
they go-
meal when you're at sea.
Boat meal.
then he goes back on the stage and starts messing with the others as they're trying another routine. A mage behind him begins to move the scene around, and the stage now gets covered in what you believe is now sand, and you actually smell a fresh rain off the ocean, or I'm sorry, a fresh breeze off the ocean.
Oh, fresh
as
rain?
Fresh rain.
Good, because the one we got's going bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I was a
So-
little ripe yesterday. My apologies.
So morning comes, and Rain and Kavir both eventually wake up.
Oh, no. I'm already awake. I'm on
All
a
right.
theater ship.
All
I've
right,
been
what are you
out
doing?
for hours, and I'm out juggling and acting in scenes and
Okay.
doing improvisational word games, and I love this stuff.
All right. Yeah. Then if that's the case, then the crew's absorbed you very well. They actually treat you as one of their own as you're moving around. They view you as one of them. So as they talk to you and as they engage with you, to them you're just like another one of the crew members at this point.
I can juggle quite a bit. Like I'm just good at it. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and that was a long time ago. I've come back around to kid again. So like just trying to kind of, I don't know, be adaptable with whatever they're doing. So I don't want to like try to say we should do this. I just kind of want to be good at whatever
Okay.
they're doing. So if there's like a juggling performance, or if there's knife throwing, or fire breathing, or doing like tumbling, rope walking, or even like acting, singing, stuff like that, I'm gonna hop right in.
All right. Give me. How long you been awake?
I would have found it difficult to sleep knowing that this. So
Okay.
as soon as they started is when I would start.
Okay. Because kind of they go all night depending at different times. I mean, depending on how which the crew's moving, who's going. I mean, the boat's like 200 feet long, so there's a decent amount of this crew on board.
Well, whatever I needed to get my hit points back is what I would have done. I would have been able to appraise how long I needed to sleep to recover.
All right, sounds good. Then give me 4 performance rolls.
Okay. I'm gonna roll them first, and then I'll go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's 1. That's a 12. A 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna replace 12, a 10, a 14. It looked like a 20, which was nice, but then took it away from me. Thank you. And a 10. So performance is +8. So a 20, a 22, and 2 18s. I'll probably just keep those.
Okay. A 20, a 22, and 2 18s?
Yep.
Was there a 5th roll?
You said 4, right?
Okay, my bad. All right, cool. All
right. This, sorry to interrupt, is this in the same room that like Kess is eating? Because he said there's like a stage and stuff.
Mm-hmm. They could have moved there. They would have probably started out on the deck and then moved in. So the last 2 will be inside with where Kess is at.
Okay. And she's just sort of like watching while she's having breakfast and making some notes in her journal.
All right. We're going to start out on the deck. Out on the deck, they would have done the fire breathing and spinning of fire and spinning utensils. And as you're out there with them, it doesn't actually take you long before they see you and they invite you over, and you guys actually all begin to pretty much with the I'm going to probably fuck up the lingo here on these sticks, but the sticks with the fire on the ends, they begin to actually tossing them back and forth, and they engage you easily into the juggling of it, and you guys actually begin to throw these back and forth outside for a bit. Nice. A few magicians go through, the tempo increases because they switch from strings to percussions and the faster the beat goes, the faster you guys throw the sticks at each other and move them around. And the more drums come in, the more people actually, until finally a loud voice from the top says, "Enough with the drums." And they all kind of like calm down, and they kind of put the fires out and they move over to dancing, and they begin doing dancing, moving around, more of a rhythm dance. And this time they kind of keep us slow on the drums, and they keep looking up at the top deck again, as almost like they're trying fate. They know what they're doing, they know who they're pushing, and they're seeing how far they can push before the captain yells, a second time. As they continue going, you're moving with them. And it's getting faster again until the drum starts getting kind of a little loud again, and you hear it again from up top, like, "I swear it by the gods." And they're like, "Okay, cool." And then that's when they start moving their happy asses inside, and they actually begin. They start picking up some books and they start doing theater, and they get on stage. And when the one offers Kessel to make some eggs, they hand you his book and have you begin taking his role in the performance. And you guys are continuing through what seems to be a dramatic retelling of an ancient Ravenloft story of a dark knight that actually enters the land and befriends some Vistani. Well, befriend was a strong word, more enslaves of Vistani. And as it continues, the two actually somehow seem come to a respect and not of enslavement. They kind of have a jokester playing Strahd and almost making a mockery of Strahd this far out. And as that continues, then the one guy comes back, and they continue with that for a moment until they switch over, kind of do a slight jam session inside, more with wind. Now they're switching more to a wind instruments and a lower, kind of like a quieter strings set, and
Right.
They just kind of keep it going quietly inside, and
I'll just
you actually see. Go for it.
I'll use a violin. If
All right.
given the opportunity.
Oh no, they let you. I mean, it's almost like a free for all as they come in until one of them kind of plucks a different way, and then the music swings with who plucks the different way, and it's almost like a new
like jazz.
every so many minutes a new person actually turns the music a certain genre, and they turn again.
Nice.
And they all flow with it after the one goes that way, and you can see someone on the outside actually using magic to kind of keep the sound contained to the room because they seem to be upping the tempo again, and that's where we're going to pick up with Rain waking up as the tempo's beginning to pick up again.
This boat is just one big theater camp, and we're all stuck in it now.
This one time on Band Boat,
he slid into your DMs.
yeah.
I know these two fucks aren't trying to be cool right now. Fucking Street Shark and fucking Memory Loss.
Oh my god, he went to Street Sharks.
Anyway.
Kess is being broody in the corner.
So actually, as I wake up and sort of see what is going on, I imagine most of the boat is sort of occupied at the moment, right?
Yeah, the top deck's actually kind of clear at the moment since they all got yelled at and went inside. But if you went out there and saw, you'd actually see part of the top deck open.
And what time of morning is this right now? Is this like early dawn?
Yeah, we probably put about 5:36.
5:36, perfect. I'm gonna go for a swim.
All right, go for it.
I will take care of my own breakfast. Part of being able to try and maintain what I've got going on means occasionally voluntarily letting it loose. So yeah, I'm going to take a swim alongside the boat for just a little bit. And then I'll come back on board, say after about 20, 30 minutes.
All right. Do you shift before you jump or after you jump?
I shift just before I hit the water.
All right. One of the sentries kind of catches sight of you and it sees you shift and do your thing, and then they kind of just calm back and chill back. Every now, if you actually look up, you see them trying to keep track of you with the boat just to make sure they don't have to scream man overboard. But
okay.
You see a couple more begin to, if you look up, actually, as you probably don't, depending how deep you are.
Yeah.
If you would, you actually see a couple of them beginning to up there. It sounds like they're taking bets to see how long you stay in.
Okay. So, can I make out who's making what bet?
Give me a perception.
20.
Yes, you can. They actually got Kindred out, the soldier that you met in the beginning.
Okay.
And he's out there with two of the other crew, and they're just money's kind of going back and forth between the two of them.
He rolled a 20 perception, but can he see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I cannot.
No, that's a 27.
He's fucking old. That's why.
I'm going to. It's Kindred, right?
Yes.
Is he making out the odds on bet? I mean, is he like trying to say I'm going to stay down there for a long time or whatever? Well, I'll put it this way: whatever number I can hear him come up with is how long I'll stay down.
All right. He seems he does have the longest bet out of all of them.
Okay. I'm a fucking fish. I can stay down here as long as I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just gonna sail along and alongside the boat, and yeah, just kind of get it out of my system a little bit.
All right. Give me a few survival checks, please.
Oh, well, that's gonna go swimmingly, no pun intended. All right, the first survival at a +0.
Oh,
was a 19. Wow.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, don't say that. That's not very encouraging, D-Walk. Oh, God, I won't have to kill him until the second roll. A
get through all
natural
three.
fucking 20.
Damn.
How many more you need?
One more.
And a 14.
All right. Oh, you don't run into the boat. So
Wow. Where's Rain at? You see me, I'm all mangled in the fucking paddle wheel behind the boat. Jeez.
Before I describe this, how do people feel about seals in the group?
How do we feel about seals?
Yeah, like sea lion seals. Like, how do we feel about them?
Oh, I thought you meant kiss from a rose seal. Okay.
Oh.
I don't really give a shit. I don't think about seals very often.
Okay.
I mean,
just before I describe this, I want to make sure I'm safe to describe this.
Are you talking about clubbing seals?
No, rain hunting them.
Because I don't think they should be doing ecstasy or dancing.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Maybe it makes me conservative. I don't know.
Maybe a square dance.
All right.
Maybe just go to prom, but definitely not clubbing.
I mean, all right. So
a seal with a corsage is the funniest thought. All right, now sit up so I can take your photo.
All right. So as you're going, as you're swimming through the water and you're going through, you catch a scent in the water of prey in front of you.
Ooh.
And you take off like a bullet.
Of course.
Decide to go actually a little deep. I mean, you're not going full orca asshole mode on this, but you decide to actually go a little deep and begin to shoot up at this thing.
Okay.
You actually take it out of the water as you come up around it and sink your teeth into it.
Oops.
And drag it back down, fur flippers and everything as it goes down with you.
Uh-huh.
So.
All right. Nom nom.
I mean, you actually, you catch some like great white style air as you come up and turn with it and go back down. Okay. Enough that it freaks out some of the guys up top, and you hear, I told you it was a shark, not a dolphin. Dumbass.
Not a fucking dolphin.
So.
All right. Well, I'll be well fed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
So.
Do I get any bonus for eating an entire seal?
I don't think you'd have to eat the rest of the day.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right. Well, I'm well fed, and so I guess after the however long Kindred said I would stay down, I'll pop back up. When I do breach the surface, I will have changed back.
All right. They throw a rope down to you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awful nice of them.
Get you up.
Okay.
Kindred hands you half a gold he made.
Hey.
Hey.
Works for me. Thank you, sir.
Of course. Us sea dogs got to stick together.
Oh.
Gives you a nudge.
Yeah. No. You're right. We do. Nobody's really going to freak out about that, are they? I mean, I know. Wasn't expecting an audience.
Okay. No.
All right. Good.
We had a werefox in the group somewhere.
Oh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know who?
No, we have no idea who it is. They look over.
We know
well, this
licking
is
his butthole on the deck.
Oh. Well, just the way there's a werefox in the group somewhere. I'm like, what is it? A secret? Or
no, she's in there. Okay. We know who. I think we have a couple of werecrows too.
Yeah. I would like to.
Our Lord Master's actually lycanthrope.
So. And their name?
Scrisha.
I might go seek her out this morning.
The Lore Master?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk a little shop, as it were.
Scrisha's normally I think she's normally in the dining hall.
Okay.
She likes to stay close to the food.
All right. Well,
once she found out, on board we kept the full staff dining hall. Scrisha normally doesn't leave.
True.
She likes her scrolls and she likes her food. Tiny thing though, crazy metabolism.
Yeah. Oh, to be young and with a healthy metabolism again. Yeah,
it's not all it's chalked up to be. You just go harder.
Is that
That's all it is. You just go harder.
Gotcha.
Ever eat a cheesesteak with bacon on it? No?
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
I imagine so.
No, I'm hungry.
I'll make my way down to the dining hall then. I'm not going to eat. But I'll see if I can locate Scrisha and see what the other two are up to, assuming they're up. Which
as you open the door of the dining hall, you kind of see this glistening wall of magic in the doorway to the dining hall.
I kind of poke a finger through it.
You can go through it easy enough. There's nothing stopping you.
Does my finger like fall off when I do?
No.
Okay. Do I have any reason to believe this is bad?
You can see on the other side, and people are sitting there. You see Cass brooding in the corner.
Okay.
You see Kevin on stage getting down, playing violin.
All right. I'll kind of hold my breath and step through the barrier.
As you do, your ears get hit with a full blast of sound.
Oh.
That wasn't escaping the barrier.
So that's what it was.
They all look over, and you kind of catch a full laugh as everyone on stage and the instruments are kind of laughing at the full just sound shock you just went through.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Captain Larissa yelled at us twice through the night, so we figured if we did it again, we put up a barrier.
That's smart. Listen to your captain.
1, 2, 3. They started up again. This time almost like 50s jazz starting up almost just. Mm-hmm. You guys definitely hear a few brass horns. It may be morning, but these guys are still acting like it's last night.
It's all Zatarans in here, baby.
All right, E3, what are you guys up to? What are you doing now?
I'm still juggling and playing music.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Are you still brooding?
Well, I guess I'll see you after you come in, sort of make an announcement. I'll kind of hold up my coffee cup at you as a kind of signal.
All right. I'll head over to the table where Kestrel is sitting. Morning. Did you meditate well?
As well as I could when you're on a ship full of bards.
Bards are the worst, aren't they?
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to wait for Kevin, but I feel like he's gonna be a while.
I look over and he's like juggling fire batons and playing violin, and we'll catch him up.
Mm-hmm. But I got like a message last night from someone who sounded like they knew me. So I tried to scry them this morning. I didn't recognize who they were. It was a kind of young guy and a young girl, but they did mention a couple names, including the name Kavir.
The music I'm playing is going to change to a very dramatic sounding music. Dun 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 dun.
The others catch wind and they shift with it, and the whole kind of just shifts over to it.
And I'm going to slowly walk over to the table and play around them, lean into them and play.
We're trying to have a conversation here, Kevin. Do you mind?
And I'm going to play a really annoying note. Then go back into the. As soon as he speaks, I'm going to play like a really.
When do you think we're gonna get back to land?
A day or two, maybe. I don't anticipate we'll be on here for too long.
Dun 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 dun.
It's already too long. We've already been on this boat too long.
Well, not much one for the sea, are we?
Mostly it's the bards.
Yeah, those bards do suck.
Play
Well,
sad music.
So you scried,
Mhm.
you picked up that this was a young guy who knew Kevin.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Said somebody named Nick. I don't know. And then they talked about saying, "Are you sure it was her?" And then they said something about a mirror. I don't really know.
My violin's going to come to a dramatic halt. Mirror.
A string breaks.
Mirror?
Hey, are you done?
Tell me about this mirror. All of you got to go.
It's their
outside.
It's
like
their boat. Perhaps we should step outside.
What do they do?
They're kind of just looking at you out. They're like, we're going to keep playing in here because this is the captain can't hear.
The upper deck is kind of quiet right now. Let's take it outside if this is something that requires a smaller audience, as it were.
This would work better if I were older.
Sure.
Okay.
They'd all kind of wave at Kevin like, next time, you got to come back.
My entire attitude has changed once we said mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You got a thing against mirrors?
Yeah, there should only ever be one of me in a room.
All right.
So,
like I was telling Rain,
Mm.
I tried to scry to see whoever it was that messaged me last night. Looked like it was some young guy in like a brown coat, and some girl with red hair in a black coat.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Red hair?
Yeah.
I'm gonna describe Relena.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
Where were they?
So they were in a room, might have been like a library maybe, or something. There was like a weird portal on the wall. There was a symbol also on the wall of like on that ring that we found the other day. But they were talking, said somebody has someone named Nick.
Were they dressed in warm clothing or cold clothing?
Well, they both had long coats on.
What would you say about the lighting outside? How dark was it?
It was early morning. That's when I scried.
I mean, due to the density of, I assume she relayed the tree information.
There was a tree.
Was there light on the ground, or was it a dense thicket of trees?
A thicket.
I'm going to think about the location of the last known. Actually, tell me everything that you know. Tell me exactly what you saw.
There were a bunch of bodies all over the ground. They were like kind of melted, and I don't know, they gone through something.
Robes, magical mages.
Color?
The red and black that you guys found roughly on the body that you guys was soaked and drowned.
Hairstyle? Male, female, only female?
Both.
Race?
These two were human.
Okay. Just leave no detail out.
They were talking. Somebody said they've got Nick, and then the girl was like, "Are you sure it was her?"
How did they say you have Nick? They have Nick.
They said they have Nick. I don't know who Nick is.
Did they say it positively or negatively?
They'll be good. They got Nick.
said they'll be good. They got Nick. I don't know.
Okay. So it wasn't kidnapped.
And then the girl said, "Are you sure it was her?" And then they talked about it being or her being another mirror and how she was probably a mirror or something like that. That didn't make sense.
Makes sense to me.
What does that mean?
Who were they looking for?
Who were they talking about?
Who are they talking about?
Well, they were talking about a woman. Maybe, I don't know, maybe me, since he messaged me last night. But I'm not a mirror. I'm not associated with mirrors, so I don't know.
Describe the portal.
It was black, and it had sort of like kind of a electricity and shadows theme going on.
D-Walk, when she describes that, does it sound like the...
Not sound like a mirror portal. It sounds more like a doorway to the shadow. Like someone would transition over to the shadow, the plane of shadow.
Can you remember any of the books on the shelves?
I was paying attention to the other two.
What do the shelves look like?
They were just up against the walls.
I need you to listen very carefully. The wood on the interior of this room.
Yeah.
Was it painted? Was it wallpapered?
Mm-hmm. Do I remember that, David?
Mainly wood. I mean, there wasn't any paint on it. It was kind of kept simple. There's she saw decorations on the walls. The main symbol in the room was the silhouette or the ring signet, just kind of blown up more on a tapestry. It seemed like a
the way she's describing it, it does not feel like the interior of my boat.
No, it is not the interior of your boat.
Okay. That's why I want
this was
like,
an
read
actual
the books, because
yeah.
I have very rare books, and if she can name any of the titles that only I have, that would pinpoint the
Yeah,
boat.
no, it is definitely not the definitely not your boat.
And then the girl asked if he was sure about his plan. And they talked about how else they were going to face 2 shadow dragons. And then they
the melted people
hit like a lever or something, and then they disappeared. And then my scrying link severed. I think they went to like a different plane or something.
Probably the shadow. The melted people.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe if they were, could you determine if they were melted by fire or an acid?
It was like a really localized melting, like in their face, like around their, it seemed like it started around their mouth.
You recognize the, it was an old professional tactic that you had in your journals where they would use the fillings of one's teeth to heat the metal in a spell to cause enough pain to make them open up about things. It seems either Victor or Relina got into some of your darker tactics. Or possibly you know exactly what universe she's from. It might have been possibly just a normal sight tactic. The site didn't have the reservations that the professionals did.
What color were Relina's eyes, just out of curiosity? The woman, did you see her eyes?
Yeah.
Were they glowing?
No.
That's a good sign, at least.
Yeah, normally glowing eyes are kind of a bad sign.
Yeah, in this instance in particular.
Okay.
D-Walk, I'm going to try to roll an intelligence or investigation check.
Okay.
I want to try to piece together all of the bits of information to see if any of those in concert with each other would lead me to... I know that the dragons were in at least the area, right? I know that they
what you guys do know is it is more common knowledge that Aslan the Lich, the Dark Lord, his personal mount was a shadow dragon. the Empire knew, or the realm knew of his personal companion, a shadow dragon.
Right, but we had also heard that they kind of were in a certain region, right?
The desert region.
Right.
Mhm.
Now,
which is where you heard which is also where you heard the airship was heading.
Right. But on top of that, in a desert region, there's probably not a lot of forests. So I would like to try to pinpoint then in an area where there would be a dense forest, dense enough to not let light touch the ground, where there would also have been a presence of cultists or someone in robes who are particularly human and are not Vistani in description.
Nate, also give me an Arcana check, Nate, and if you have knowledge history as well.
Neither one, so I'll just go with.
I'll give you help on your roll.
Right.
You guys did roll in the ring already once, right? And nobody got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my 15 here, so it's going to be a 24. And then Nate gets his help check on, so you can roll twice.
So a 12 and a 17. So 17.
24 and 17. When I want to know something, I'll know it. If it's possible to know, we will know.
Okay.
This.
Okay, so what was Kevin's roll?
24.
And what was the skill check?
It was an investigation check to try to put together all of the bits of information I was able to collect.
Okay.
It was not a well-built building, so probably not a very high wealth location. The people that were there were in red and black robes. They were regionally human, not Vistani. They were in the region of the desert, but in a forest that wasn't sparse. It was dense enough to not allow light to touch the ground.
Your best guess would be the Veil of Tears.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. A little farther, actually. East of the Veil of Tears is another forest. Hold on, time out. I'm looking at this map and they moved the Veil of Tears on me from the old 3.5 to the 5th edition. The Veil of Tears moved like about 30 miles.
They done moved my fucking forest.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting there I'm going off Darkonian memory, and it failed me with the 5th edition map. I had the two of them stacked on top of each other. So this is the old school 3.5. This is the new one with all the new mists going through as the land's getting destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fucked up shit is the Veil of Tears is here on the map. You guys are like up fucking here. Up here, the Veil of Tears is over fucking here. And I'm like, God damn it.
Well, lucky us, we have access to a boat.
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
We'll go with the 5th. So no, yeah, it is you do recognize the Veil of Tears. It's on the edge of the desert. It's on the western edge of the desert. Well, you don't recognize it, but the only foresty area near the desert is the Veil of Tears. It's on the western edge of it.
So then I'm fairly confident that's our location.
Yep.
At the time when she scried, we weren't able to get light through or was it very little light?
If she would have scried it at that time, it would have been early morning before the sun came up.
Right. And that would I be able to determine, could I ask her to tell me which direction the shadows were if she really sat and focused from the trees?
From her memory, probably not. They wasn't where her memory was trying to pay attention. She looked outside and saw the tree as the thing was closing, trying to get an image of outside.
It's a green tree.
Thanks.
So
I'm going to light my pipe and I'm going to relay that information and do the whole Sherlock Holmes, how I got here kind of explanation.
Now, Nate, you got a 17.
Correct.
And that was an Arcana or?
That was Arcana.
Okay. The description of the robes, the symbols make it a little more sense. Your uncle has come across them before. Your uncle has mentioned a black robe mage. And what keyed it was the shadow, not because they deal in shadow magic or anything, but because of the name, the shadow kind of just reopened a memory. The Fraternity of Shadows.
Okay.
It's an arcane fraternity of mages, dark mages. This isn't like the Bratslavi Institute. No, these are not like high academic mages. They hoard magic items, they hoard cursed items, they hoard and they're normally out, they're only out for themselves, they're only out for the darkness. They're not out there to spread the light among the world of magic. They're not as fucked up as the Red Wizards of Thay, but they're fucking on their way there.
Okay.
If that helps.
Do you relay that information?
I will.
Not that he knows what a Red Wizard is, but in Ravenloft, but in your minds to give you an idea.
Yeah.
If they went to a group of people that were hoarding magic items, powerful magic items, and I'm going to get in the character here, and they attempted to torture them, one would lead us to believe then they were looking for a magic item of great importance. They mentioned the mirror. I think maybe that's what we're looking for.
So these mirrors do what exactly?
I'm so happy you asked.
Do you have a moment?
Pull the
we
chair.
Need to find somewhere.
I look around and I'm like, I don't think we're going anywhere.
If you got to smoke them.
Thank you so much for listening to Return to Ravenloft, a Freelance Heroism podcast. If you'd like to support us more, check us out on patreon.com/freelance_heroism and just donate any amount. We have prizes and journal entries and art that we post regularly a few times a week, and we'd really appreciate any support you could give us. Thank you.
Our cast includes Rachel Moore as Kesselgard Reskill, Dees Cassius as Master Kavir, Nathan Lett as Captain Rain Trichet, and David, aka D-Walk, as Dr. Midnight, and everyone else in the game. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week.
The invoice is in the mail. What? Normally when we hear about Nate eating someone's seal,
oh shit.
It's a different. Okay, edit. Edit. Just edit. That might have gone a little too hard. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, how many conversations do y'all have about me during the day that I don't know about?
Just tie it up with a butthole scrunch, you'll be okay.
There you go. All right.